As guests are concerned, we've got definitely the best of the best. ICC Hall of Famer, Mr. Aravinda De Silva, has graced us, of course, with his presence. Aravinda, this is generally where we do our sports segments, and great to have you here to do it with us. Before we get into that, though, one quick question. Mad Max, where did that nickname come from and why?
The love for speed?
Well, I have no idea. I think it originated from India.
Okay.
In one of the newspapers, and from there on, they just kept on calling me.
Carrying on.
So that's nothing to do with your love for vehicles and high performance vehicles, nothing of that nature?
Well, I don't know.
Mad Max.
And he came out during the 80s, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yes.
80s.
And so nothing to do with the Mel Gibson movie
In
itself?
Australia.
Mad
well,
Max? No?
I have no idea.
Did you have a crazy hairdo or something?
No.
How did this Indian media come up with this? Mad Max. They most probably knew that you had the love for speed, the need for speed.
Or the speed in which he got his runs against any particular game against India back in the day.
Yeah. Talking about a game and talking about our sports segment, Travis said yesterday's performance was outstanding. What do you think, Aravinda?
Well, I think it was a great inning. Actually, it reminded me of the 1996 one when actually
when you played, say it, when you played, and you're the first person to do this, to get 100 in the final.
Well, I think when they won the toss and decided to field on a wicket which everyone felt that they should have batted, and then they in fact got almost the same amount of runs as Australia did in 96, just 1 run short, and when they were to chase 240, I just felt that someone had to stay in there and play a long inning, and that's exactly what happened. They lost a few early wickets. Someone had to come and consolidate the innings, which Travis and Labuschagne did.
Yeah.
I think once the movement of the wicket subsided, I think it was always an easy task, because with the field restrictions nowadays in the modern game, it was just a matter of staying on until about the 40th over to see them through.
Because it was a gettable target.
It was
on
on a wicket, as long as you built a partnership and someone who played spin well. I think it was crucial, especially them having 2 very good spinners. And of course, the bowling attack probably looked the best in that entire tournament.
And also now, Travis said became the second batsman to score 100 in a World Cup final. But what Travis said did not do was this. Now, he got 100, but he did not take 3 wickets or more in a World Cup. That's only you have achieved that. That's a great feat.
Well,
I don't think anybody's going to get 100 and a couple of wickets
and
in a final.
an all-rounder, it's a little too much to ask.
Yeah.
And that too, I remember quite correctly, it was not just any 3 wickets, because after Mark Waugh fell early in 1996, a very dangerous partnership was forming.
Brewing, yes.
And not only did he break the partnership, you not only got rid of Mark Waugh, Mark Taylor, and then managed to send Ricky Ponting home as well, and then later on Ian Healy.
yeah, well, I think if you look at Head's initial catch, I think that's where the
turning point was.
Because I think that wicket was crucial at that moment, and that really inspired the entire team. I think that kind of movement sometimes changed the entire spirit of a team. So I guess that for me was the turning point of this World Cup. Final.
There were people who were, certain people asked me, why on earth did Australia give them to bat on that kind of batting wicket? So in my layman's knowledge of it, I said I don't think they want India to chase anything. They don't want them to calculate anything. That's one. Number 2 is that because India, although they have a couple of very decent pace bowlers, their spinners are their strength. And if the dew came into play, it would have, not helped the spinners at all. Do you think that what was it? That why they wanted to chase instead of bat first and put pressure on the Indians?
Well, I think there was one reason probably, but you can't always depend on
The dew, yes.
on weather. But I think they had a very clear plan. If you go back and see when Australia won the toss, they were very, very confident in saying we are going to bowl first, and that sent a real
Strong
clear
message.
and a strong message to everyone to say that they have come out with a very, very clear plan. But when Rohit was interviewed, he said we would have batted, and wasn't a very, very confident sort of reply. So I felt that Australia came out there with a very, very positive mindset, and also a clear mindset, most of all, which is very, very important when you go into some of these important finals.
And also, if you look at how the build-up was, they clicked at the right time. The first couple of two games, they lost, and then they gradually, the momentum peaked. They peaked at the right time, you would say.
Well, I don't know that. I think they played a very, very strange sort of tournament right through, very unlike Australia. Normally, if they are to win a tournament, they're very, very consistent. But I think this Australian side is such that they just win mainly because of their spirit, and I think that fighting spirit which
They brought it back,
always,
and they brought it back as well to some extent.
yeah, I think they have this never give up sort of attitude, and that is probably what prompted them to win this final.
Wonderful. We'll get back to the maestro. Right?
Gold FM proudly presents the Grammy Award-winning superstar group, All for One. All for One. Live in concert. Backed by their full band. Guest performance by Derek Junkir and the Redeemers. Tickets out now. Priced at 10,000 rupees. Free seating. Theatre style. Tables and cocktail tables. Available now on www.gettickets.lk.